Hi, this is Games for Kicks and welcome to a Let's Play of Massive Chalice. The game released today on the 11th of November, or yesterday, it's just gone past midnight, on Steam under Early Access. It's currently on version 0.85 as you can see on the screen. Massive Chalice is a tactical strategy game with combat, turn-based combat, similar to games like XCOM. Which is probably a comparison you will hear a lot if you watch other Let's Players. The game, what it's about, is best seen if you go through the intro, and you will get it, see it from there. So I'll let you kind of discover it with me as I play this game. I have played it already a little bit. It's very good. Well, I like it very much so far. I haven't got in very far. I only played about 2-3 missions or events, occurrences, and it's nice. So we'll start a new game. I will name it the name of myself. Heroic Bloodline names. This is a very interesting setting. It's the only setting in the moment, which basically means either you have series names, your characters. It's like similar to XCOM characters when you know, get new recruits and they have names, or you can give them silly names, and I like a mixture of both, where it's like either serious or both, and sometimes you have a bit of a laugh then. So enjoy the intro.
It's taking too long.
Patience.
Patience? I don't see what patience has to do with this. It should have happened by now.
Life keeps to its own timetable, not ours.
Oh, it doesn't stop us from trying. Good morning.
Your ruler has risen. Rejoice, and let bellow the horns of birth.
Right. I know how strange all of this looks, but there's an easy.
Immortal protector of the nation, progeny of the great bloodlines, master of strategies, eternal conductor, and forger of matrimony.
We're here to advise you on how to handle ruling and commanding.
The horns of battle.
Every time. Fine, we'll have to do this later. The Cadence is attacking. Heroes, jump in! Get in there! The ruler will be with you shortly!
And off they go.
We'll explain later. We just need you to take command, because our citizens, understandably, find it hard to trust a giant talking chalice.
We are not just a giant talking chalice.
But the nation will listen to you, because you're of their blood.
Forged from the bloodlines of the great houses.
Oh, and one last thing. Unfortunately, the bloodline ritual that was used to create you also bound you to us. So you can never leave the throne.
But do not despair. You can still command your heroes. Look inward, and you will find that your mind can follow them anywhere.
You see your heroes yet? Yeah? Great.
Now, take command and search the area.
So basically the Chalice is inhabited by two, I don't actually know what they are. They call themselves advisors, and they always have a bit of banter going on, which is very nice actually. It's kind of adds a little bit of a funny touch. Reminds me of some of the movies I was watching as a kid, like, and you always have a bit of a banter. Anyway, you seem to be the human representative, or whatever it is that the people can relate to, so they don't have to be, as they explained, scared of voices coming out of a massive chalice. I like the way they tried to explain the way, or make it more lore like that, because you're bound to the chalice, you have this magic of the ability with your mind to see what's going on battle and command your troops and basically the map. So it kind of puts a nice little explanation on it. Now this is your basic controls: W, ASD, moving across the map, F adjusts melee position. I don't really know exactly. I haven't tried that. I will try that now. You can rotate the camera with Q and E. R and T zooms in and out, but you also can zoom in and out with your middle mouse button, which is much easier. Right mouse click, confirm an action. Left mouse click makes selections. Using your skill is 1, 2, 3. You get several skills unlocked as you level your characters up. You can center selected heroes and end the turn for a particular hero, not a complete turn. You end each hero's turn, and then when all of their turns have ended, the main turn, in the end it's the enemy's turn to move. You have hero information and so on. Now this is your movement. Now as you go through the characters with the tab key,
Out there somewhere.
the advisors will go through the classes the first time you select them. So if I hit tab now and I'm gonna select random, I don't know who's next, in the cube after clicking tab, you will hear a short explanation.
This is a caber jack. They hit things with a caber. Sometimes they hit hard and put things down. Other times they hit not so hard and just knock things out.
That's all you're going to say?
Simplest way of life there is.
Caberjacks. Profound purveyors of violence.
There you go. That's the caper jacks. Now the caper jacks are your standard melee, and if you with Z you can look at the information. Now each unit, now all caper jacks are the same in the sense of that that strength is their main stat and so on, but some of the statistics are slightly different because each of these characters have unique traits. Just like any human would have different traits. So this one is, for example, infertile. He's unable to have children. Now there is actually, the reason this is kind of important is there's another part which you get into after you play this first mission, which explains to you, you basically, unlike other games like XCOM where you get a constant stream or you have to hire a constant stream of recruits, you have to make your own recruits. This game actually plays throughout a time span of several hundred years as far as I know, yeah? So as your time goes on, you have to select people to breed with, to create new recruits as they get older, and they go from childhood into teens. They become trainees, and then you can recruit them to the army at a very young age. It's actually I like that. I think it's a very brilliant system. I'm sure other games have done that before. I don't know how to compare it to anything though, because I haven't played them, so I really love this system. Now it sounds a bit inhuman, as in the sense of that you just breed people, but it's a game. So, and in this game, I actually think it's a pretty cool feature to allow you to basically get your own recruits. Now, the good thing about that is this guy has now negative traits. Yeah, decreased movement range, for example, and he's a rebel. Personality trait. Personality traits run counter to those of parents and trainer. Now, what that means is, as you select a parent or two people to mate or to breed, their personality traits can actually be passed on to their children. So you want to actually get people which have really strong traits and produce new offspring, and hopefully they will have those traits. Now I get more into it later. I know it sounds confusing for now if you haven't been used to it. Now this person is of young age, has increased dexterity and fertility, however he's unable to have children because he's infertile, so some of them seem to kind of contradict each other. So he has decreased intelligence and intuition. Now he is a caber jack, so he doesn't need intelligence. He has actually, you see that he has 3 siblings, and they might not be actually in the group that you fight with, or they may or may not be in the but it's interesting. So there's a whole family hierarchy tree, and I don't know how it affects, if there's any effects that if one of the siblings dies or that it affects him. I have no idea. Anyway, equipment screens for these guys. In the moment they just have caber jack armor and a caber, and that's it. You can assign more, but you have nothing there in the moment. You have to research stuff later and so on. I get into that later as well. Now you have your stats, your traits, and your personalities. We already covered some of that. The skills. Now as you gain experience, you level up. If you level up, you can select what you want to unlock. Now in the beginning there's only 1 skill to unlock, and then you can make a selection of 2. Now all caber jacks have the same skill tree. There is no, as far as I know, at this point there is no caber jack specialization X or Y, but I suppose you cannot select both of these, for example. So you have to select one, so you can give them a little bit of variety between your caber jacks, and then in the end you have the main one, which is the same again. Now let's go through the other classes and let's. Oh yeah, the subtitles I turned on. For some reason, those subtitles weren't shown in the intro, though. I have no idea why. It's still in early access, so hopefully they fix that. Because I like subtitles myself, and for Let's Plays they're quite handy in case if I accidentally talk over the talking of the advisors, for example. Now let's see. The next class is. Oh, I have actually loads of caberjacks. That seems. Oh wow. This is completely random generated. Last time I started with hunters and alchemists, so this is actually going to be a tough start because they all have to go close. Okay, so this is your standard. You will, if you're familiar with XCOM, you will get very quickly familiar with the way this movement maps work. You have a basic movement range, which means after that you can do another action, either attack or continue moving. There is no such thing as, I forget the name of it, you know the way in XCOM you can move a little bit and then you can do, you can basically set them to a mode where if an enemy comes walking across they can fire, yeah? And automatically you can't do that in here, okay? So the only purpose that you might want to use this instead of just walking out is if you do this and you walk here and you see an enemy, you can actually then decide, oh great, I have another chance to hide now behind something. So I'm just gonna move straight out. Okay, so left mouse click, I could click something and then it asks me to confirm, and then I right click to move, or I can immediately right click and move. Now by default moving is, when you click, it's just moving. Now you can attack and move is again a default option, so if say this would be an enemy and I just right click him, he will move and attack. Simple as that. Now currently the caberjacks have 2 skills. They have, oh, this one is already level 2. At level 1 they have only knockback, which basically means what it says here. So you don't do these automatically. If you attack an enemy, you have to walk up to them and then you have to select one of those, otherwise it will just do a default attack. In this case they also have the prime target, which means you can taunt them. So if one of your units has very little health left, you can taunt one of the enemies to you, and they're more your tankish units. The caberjacks are definitely the ones that can take some punishment. So okay, so let's just walk him straight up there. And escape is if you want to unselect something. Now I haven't seen any enemies yet. We can rotate the map with Q or E the other way. Some of the environment parts that is destructible, you see for example this here is oh sorry, I clicked the wrong button. This here is, for example, you can walk beside it and destroy it. You might want to destroy things that are in your way so you have a better field of view, because in the moment I can't see behind that rock. There could be somebody standing there and I wouldn't be able to see it. Now let's take these 2 over there, this one there, and this one, well, might as well just right in the middle. Now all my turns have ended. It's the enemy's turn now. They're hidden, so that was really quick. Unlike XCOM, I think, well, I'm not sure. Okay, unlike some other games, let's just be a bit more generic. You can actually tap through these characters and you have a choice. You don't basically, you're not forced into a rotation of who you have to move first, which I like very much. So just be careful. We just move here first, just in case we see an enemy. And there we go. Our first enemy.
Catch of the day.
We can't tell you much about the Cadence because not much is known. It's old, first sighted centuries ago. It cares only for destroying our nation with its corruption.
That's where pawns like you see here come in. Think of them as attack dogs the Cadence creates to spread corruption in the world.
So this one is a seed unit, as you can see when I click on it with my left mouse click. If I actually have my mouse over it and press Z, actually, why does that not work? Hang on a second, because maybe I have to be closer. No, it doesn't work. I tried again in a little while. You can actually select them and get information on them. Okay, but it's probably because I'm not in range. Now, as you move, you can see icons appear over the enemy. I haven't figured all the icons out yet, but the eye obviously means that if I move here, the unit can see me. There's other icons like flash and thunder, which I think means if you move there, the unit will be able to come close to you and attack you. Now, in the moment, I can't really hide and I don't need to hide, so I'm just gonna move closer to the unit. Oh, wow, crap.
Lapses.
Cadence cowards. They'd rather stay back and snipe at you than fight up close.
Be wary. Your heroes are hit, they may forget some of their combat training. The mind is just as vulnerable.
And this is what I love about these units. The lapses. So you think leveling up your character is easy and you go like, ah great, yeah, I'm gonna be level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 very quickly. Not at all. These lapses, they shoot you and you lose 150 experience. I don't know if it's percentage based or not, usually it's 150 what I saw. And you level down again. So if I have my level 2 unit standing right here and he gets hit, you can see right now he's nearly level 3 actually, but he gets, say I kill a unit and I get to level 3. He gets hit by lapse, he loses experience, he goes back down to level 2. Now you could actually end up after a battle with a unit having less experience than before and less levels. If they get constantly hit by lapses, they don't do much damage, but they level you down. And I really, really, really love this unit because it puts a whole new kind of edge on the game and how you tactically play this. Even though the game is quite easy to play and the challenge, there's no hard mode yet or anything, it's challenging. So in the moment I don't have a choice much. I have to go, and these guys will always attack from range, so I'm gonna have to go and as quickly as possible to close in. Now I might actually tell this guy to attack me. Yeah. Nice. So which means now I can take this guy and move closer without the fear of the seed attacking him. And so which means I can move close here as well, so at least the seed won't attack me, but the lapse might attack me. So oh, okay.
That could have been avoided.
That could have been worse. At least they belong to heroic bloodlines.
Oh, yes,
So he's attacking them.
Normal humans cannot survive even a single touch from the Cadence. But because the bloodlines of your heroes are attuned to us and have our power flowing through them, they have a fighting chance.
Now the guys don't give you all the time these instructions, it's only when something new happens. It's kind of like a training system, it's really nice. So I'm just simply gonna attack this guy. Actually, let's just attack him from here. I'm not even gonna use the special attack, so you can see I just right click on him and he's dead. So I think the attack's a bit overpowered.
One down, untold millions to go.
Untold millions to go. I love the advisors. They're just, I think they're very funny. So this person here just walk right up and kill the lapse. Oh, we didn't actually kill it. Okay, in this case, can I... Who's closest? This guy. Yeah. Nice. So obviously now you will notice that now we're in a situation where we're gonna have to search, and this is a problem. Well, it's not a problem. This is similar to a lot of other games, and I don't really know how you could counter that unless you have very intelligent AI. The AI is not going to chase you down. So I could stand there now and just click enter and enter and enter and enter, and they're not going to come for me. So it's up to me to try and flush them out. Now with this person, I'm actually going to go the other way, just to make sure that there's nothing hiding on the other side. Oh, there they go. I think that was more of an accident. I don't think that person actually was looking for me. You can see they're walking actually away.
Seeds, arguably the lowliest of pawns, are more nuisance than menace.
So
But if
I'm
you're
gonna
going
move.
to remember one thing, don't let those runts form a posse. Keep them apart.
Otherwise it'll be like when caberjacks get together at a tavern.
Except not the best night of your life.
See, because I couldn't move anyway, I just attacked this for no particular reason, just to show you that it is destructible. And it doesn't give me any advantage. Now, if I have a hunter here, destroying that actually helps because I can aim at the other people. Now, this guy here I want to destroy as quickly as possible, but what I might want to actually do is I want to stay in hiding. So, I might take this guy. Can I hide anywhere where he can't shoot at me? Okay, yes, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna stay there. This person, I'm actually gonna continue staying there. I'm just gonna, for no reason at all, attack this. What I might do is this one is, can I reach this? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide here, and now he will come down to me, which is good. So it's kind of like luring him into the trap. Now this guy will, I think, be safe enough standing here. Okay. So now because I didn't move into the white, I have to manually say end turn. Now I can click on a PC keyboard the end, I don't know anything about Max, or I can click with the mouse. So if I hit the end key, it ends the turn. See, he's not attacking this person because I aggroed with this guy, which is really cool because now I can just go do this, bop, and he's dead. Bob's your uncle. Now, with this person I'm gonna go here. And actually, can I destroy that so I can see through that? Oh, look at that! We actually found another seed up here. That is interesting. Very nice. Oh, just in case you're wondering, the maps are not randomly generated as far as I know. Well, this first one isn't anyway. I think consecutive maps might actually be, but this training map isn't. It's always the same. However, the TP team you start with is random. Okay, I can't attack him, so I'm gonna probably... Okay, I'm gonna have to move closer. I'm gonna move over here, actually. And then with this person, I'm just gonna spread out. I'm just gonna have to take the hit if I'm gonna get hit. End of story. I just wanna get this out of the way now and move closer. There we go. Okay. This person lost 150 experience now. This guy will come down here. Very good. -1, so they're not really, it's a glancing blow, so you have a chance of actually not being fully hit. Now, Arik classed here. Actually, I haven't looked at the names because I turned on silly names as well. So you have, oh, these ones are siblings classed here. Grisostomo, okay, Grisostomo, so they're all siblings actually, very good. So let's kill this guy. Nice, got my 60 experience. Now I will attack her. Oh, glancing blow. Ooh, I hate that. And there we go. Nice. It actually knocks people back, as you can see. So you attack the lapse, and when the lapse dies, she explodes. It doesn't hurt you, but it knocks you back. So you have to be careful. If you stand in front of something, or one tile away from something that could potentially be harmful, it will throw you right in there. And you will see later you have poison pools and all that stuff. Okay. Let's just move on. And let's see if there's something over here. I'm being very careless in the moment at this game because it's easy, the first mission, and you don't really... Oh, I could die if they gang up on me. So the AI seems to be coming for you, which is actually good, because the last thing I want to do is run around for hours and just search and destroy. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand my ground here. And... oh, I can't taunt with this person. Okay, so let's end the turn. Oh, I can taunt with him. Can I taunt him, or is he too far away? Brilliant, I can taunt him. Yes. Because I don't think he can walk far enough and attack me, which is great. Sadly, I can only taunt one, so I'm gonna go close enough with this person. And I actually will stay far enough away with this person and end the turn. And with this person I will see if I can... Actually, if I can take down him, that would be brilliant. Yes!
See the way that one went down?
Ah, sweet. So now this other guy is definitely gonna... okay, let's see if there's anybody else up here. No, it doesn't seem like it. Now this seems to be the last one, but he will go for him because I taunted him, which is great tactical way of dealing with things. And okay, let's see who's close to leveling up. Anybody close to leveling up? No. Well, might as well. There we go.
That went better than I expected.
Well done, well done. I knew you'd have a knack for this.
Now it gives you a time played and your total kills. It gives you a nice little summary screen. If somebody leveled up, you see a little +1 here, and then you can click into them and level them up. Now this is very good. You have the age 16 person, age 37, so you have different ages, sexes, some female, some male. Cadence killed, their records, the mission experience. I'm assuming you could be negative because you could get just been hit by a lapse and just lost experience now. And I find this very nice. Now,
so this is our nation, and as
here we go.
said, we are not in the best of shape.
That muck you see surrounding us is the Cadence.
Which is all
It's
that
what
green stuff
created
here.
the pawns, corrupted our lands, and is slowly tightening on us like a noose. But we do have one advantage.
Thanks to several enchanted materials that make up our body, we've been endowed with certain powers. One of them being a way to cleanse the Cadence from this world. It's really quite a miraculous process, wherein we harness the properties of...
The thing is, it takes a long time for us to charge up for this. A long time. All of the heroes you just commanded in battle will be long gone when we're finally ready.
With all that time still ahead, we need you to protect us. You'll take charge of the nation, command its citizens worthy of becoming heroes, and ensure that the Cadence does not reach the capital.
Now let's check out that keep you just saved.
So that is the main narrative, is that the right word, of the game. That you are the protector of these advisors, and you have to keep the land safe until a certain time expired in which they can deal with the Cadence. So the game is set up that after you played your first mission, they kind of want you to get to know the features. So they're saying, hey, visit the keep. And this is basically, the keep is where you start what they call regions to create bloodlines and offspring and breeding for future recruits. Because like they said, it will take them several, I think 100 years or several hundred years or something like that to get their power together to defeat the Cadence. So you will go through generations and generations of people, because they only have normal lifespans. None of them gets older than 80, 90, whatever. Some of them, most of them die at the age of 50, of natural cause even. So each of these territories can have buildings on it, which you see later. And in the moment, let's go to our keep as they requested, so you can get to know what regions are all about.
Bloodline forgers of the nation.
The stonemasons did good work here. I'll thank them later.
Here you will appoint one hero as a regent and one as a partner. The more experience they have, the more they'll pass on to their children.
That goes for traits and personalities too. Everything's game.
And keep in mind, assigning heroes to keeps retires them from combat. You can't have one foot at home and one in the battlefield.
And that is where the twist comes in. Yeah, I hope they're gonna move the subtitle, by the way, down here somewhere in a nice little tinted background, so that it's nice and easy to read and doesn't overlap in the middle of this. Also, seems the music, I turned it up a bit loud, like the music is a bit too loud, so you can't hear the advisors' voices. I might actually turn that down in a second. Now, anyway, back to the regions. And this is where the twist comes in. You can go and say, oh great, I have this amazingly level 10 guy with perfect traits and perfect everything. I'm gonna make him. The problem is, he won't be able to battle ever again. Well, until he dies. Basically, he dies then after that. So that's it. He won't be able to battle. So it's a catch-22. He has a longer lifespan, so he actually would make a brilliant person to be a regent or breeder, whatever you want to call it. He has great strength here. Well, however, he has decreased max HP, which may or may not be a problem. Insightful, increased intuition, which is actually I don't know exactly what that causes. Pack Hunter, improved stats when all allies are nearby. Well, that's brilliant. So he gets stronger as he's in a group of people. Reduced evasion against ranged attacks, so that's not good. Prime age, increased hit points and strength. So you see, this is the funny thing. You could have stats which change as you play, without you changing any trades or anything else. It's simply the age of the person. So he is, at the moment, what is his age? He's 37, so he's considered the prime age. Increased hit points and strength. Now, if he's 50, that will disappear pretty much, as far as I know. Like, so that +2 is gone, okay, and that +4 in strength will be gone. So there's a natural diminishing return factor built in, which I really like as well. So it kind of makes the whole game a little bit more tactical. Now, in the moment, it's pretty easy to play. I think it will get more difficult as they release more alphas, but I really like the way these little things make you make more tougher decisions. So here now we have to pick one. So for the moment, because it's just the first time we're doing it, I will just pick the most experienced ones, and I will see. Now this one is the female, the male, Nori Chrysostomo Caberjack. I don't know exactly how this works. If you pick two different classes, I don't know if it's always going to be the class of the male or not. When I played it last, it was always alchemists, and I had a Caberjack female and alchemist male, so it could be that it always goes by the male class. Now this person here is impressionable. Personality strongly influenced by other heroes in combat. Increased strength. Personality traits run counter to those of parents and trainers. That's not really good. But in the moment, let's just pick two random ones. End of story. So we just pick him.
Now that your regent is appointed, it's time to decide on a partner.
Yeah.
Although this isn't an arrangement out of love, who knows? Maybe it'll turn into that.
Seen it happen.
Personality, traits, experience, they're all important here.
But just because this is an arrangement of necessity doesn't mean you should reduce these heroes to a pile of numbers either.
Well, I'm sure
better than that.
That's what's going to happen regardless. So let's pick another person. We have so many Caberjacks, so let's pick another Caberjack. And this person is 35, so let's pick a kind of similar. Okay, let's actually just ignore this. So he gets a nice a nice lady, Tyler, who's bald. Okay. Increased chance to have children, increased strength, so that's actually very good. Optimistic, often drunk, sluggish, young age, increased dexterity and fertility. You know, just select it, end of story. Okay, so we have two Caberjacks.
Many happy returns.
Here we go.
Let's give the newlyweds some privacy, eh?
So there we go. You have then, if you go to the house, it's called the House Chrysostomo now, because that's your regent that you picked. So it goes always by the male, it seems. So the male is first and then the female. So it's very old-fashioned in that sense. There are no heroes trains. That's where the kids will show up that they have, and legacy is then obviously when the heroes are deceased and that were trained at that keep. So
It's a lot to take in, but you'll handle it, or your mind will become as cracked as our body.
You'll be fine. Now then, please join us back at the capital so we can show you some of your other responsibilities.
So we go to the capital now, and they're going to research and show you how research works. Now this episode will be longer because I want to show off some of the basic functionality.
It's a little hard to tell if you're still in your mind's eye or whatever.
This is
Oh,
where
whatever.
your heroes return to after battle. Here, you equip them with any skills or weapons they may have earned, as well as perform research.
Basically, we can devote some of our power to help the war effort and the nation. Whether it's building new keeps, starting a Sage Rights Guild, or a Standards Crucible. Fun stuff.
So, here's your heroes. You can look at them. You have the current active ones, the actually active and inactive ones. I don't know if you can make them active or not. I don't think you make them active from here. Every time you need to select a group of them, you have a chance to change them out and so on and so on. You have the Regency, which is basically the two regents that you have selected now, or the regent and the partner. Standards are basically people that you promote into certain buildings, like the Crucible or the Guild building, the Sage Rights building, which I'm gonna build now. Trainees is what your children will end up in. And here goes your deceased. So, your research, I'll
Building
let
more
these guys
keeps
explain
is
it.
likely the most pressing option, as you'll be able to foster more bloodlines. But don't shun the other possibilities. With your approval, we can research weapons, potions, armor. If the amount of time required dissuades you from researching something, consider the Sage Rights Guild. Any hero who joins the Sage Rights will hasten the time required for any pursuit. You will never see combat again.
Keep in mind, most of our power is focused on charging up to cleanse the Cadence, so we can only devote enough energy to research one thing at a time. That includes searching for new heroes. It takes a lot of effort to find people attuned with us, and it'll only get harder the more we do it. But choose whatever you want.
But choose whatever you want. But anyway, you can see here the time it takes. Now, don't be completely put off by the amount of time it takes. Like to build something 6 years, you're gonna go like, what? But you can actually see the time moves pretty fast in ways. Now, you cannot research everything. Some research actually requires you to do certain things, like kill a certain number of times a certain enemy. Because it requires, actually, as it says here, the skin of Lapsus exhibits some extraordinary illusionary properties. With enough residue collected from their bodies, we could fashion a suit of armor that will improve the stealth abilities of our hunters. Love the hunter stealth ability, they're great scouts. Sadly, you won't be able to see them in this episode, but I promise you the next one I'm going to get a good mix together of people. Now, the Veil armor, you can, similar to when you go to XCOM, you have to catch an alien and then interrogate it or whatnot. This is a kind of a simplified version, but it just asks you to kill X amount of enemies, you know? But it gives a bit of purpose to killing X amount of enemies. Now, weapons, you currently can't research any weapons, but that will come in time. Items. Sponge Stone. Again, you need to kill seeds. Here you need to kill more Lapsus for a Scarf. Experience Scarf, which is Lapsus often leave behind a trail of memory fibers. If these strands were woven into Scarf, our heroes could gain experience at an increased rate. This is all great stuff. Now you see also the time it takes to research things. Fast means obviously that's a shorter time. Now you have health vials, which you can use then during combat. You're actually quite, while the game is easy, you are quite vulnerable. If you're up against two enemies, you could die very quickly. Here's your hero research. You could adopt actually people if you have no compatibility between people or something like this, I don't know. Or you could recruit new heroes here, which means we can search for deployable heroes. 13. We can search for a group of attuned citizens ready to become heroes. But that means you can't research anything else. So you have a lot of ways around certain things, like you don't have to have a regent always making babies and all that. I mean, you could get very unlucky and just don't have any fertile people. Recruitment boost, 24 years. So you have all these different type of things. You can look at it yourself when you get the game, or you can pause the video and read the descriptions more clearly. This is for armor, for the hunter armor, the alchemist armor, and the caberjack armor. So this is your research. Now in the beginning, what I will do is build a Sage Right Guild, because a Sage Rights Guild can hasten the time required to complete research. All it requires are heroes willing to retire from battle and take up a white sigil. Sigil? 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 Whatever. The cost for building guilds will increase with each construction. So basically I can build multiple of these throughout the lands, and each time you build one, it increases in construction time. Now, I confirm that. Now I have to select where I want to place it. Depending where you place it, you can unlock certain perks. So if I place it here, I can see, oh, all Cyberjack strength boost. Get a strength boost. Now that applies worldwide, like, yeah. So here, local Crucible XP's training boost. So we don't have a Crucible in the moment, so this is a pretty pointless boost. What do we have here? All alchemists have an intelligent boosts. This one has absolutely 0. This one is reduce all building construction time. Now that is a nice boost to start with, I would say. So let's put it there. Yes.
Oh, yeah, one more thing. The end of this war is not even a glimpse on our horizon yet. But your immortality gives us an advantage. The ability to step back and let time pass.
You can start and stop this timeline at will. but will also stop it for you should something require your attention.
Like a Cadence attack.
That is a probable possibility.
Now this I really like. So you don't have to constantly click next turn, next turn, next turn, next turn. You can just basically click play and it will just run, okay? And you can stop, like here, I can, now it goes, there you go. And that was year 1 already passed. So you see, 6 years is not actually that long. Now I can stop this at any time when something happens where it doesn't automatically stop. I can click on events and I can see the details of the event. And spacebar is actually the hotkey for this. So I let it run for the moment and see if the guy's making any children. Hey, we have a baby. Usually it doesn't stop, but this is the first time it happened.
Of birth. A cause for celebration indeed.
Babies have been born before today.
And it was glorious every time, was it not?
What, unbearable shrieking and smells that are even worse? That's your idea of glorious.
I love these guys. I love these guys. Heroic children, so this is the first time coming up. It won't come up any other time. Known as trainees. So children are considered trainees. They are bound to the keep they're birthed in. They're trained by the Regent and partner in that keep until they're 15, at which point they're transferred to the capital for active duty. Now, as the children, you can go into your keep here, and you can see now the trainees. This child, as it ages to 15, will actually gain experience. And depending on the experience level here, this child could end up as a level 3 15-year-old, which is brilliant. So if you, of course, at some stage you want to have 2 level 10s, being your Regent and your partner, making lots and lots of children, preferably very young level 10s, because as you, in the beginning, obviously, you can't determine the age, so you have to get to level 10, probably will take you nearly until the death of this person. But seeing that the children already start off with some experience that you get from the parents, you could eventually end up with children which are gonna be level 8, level 9 as they are getting to 15, meaning by the time they're 25, 26, you could retire them into becoming the new breeders or regents. And that way you can probably get really high quality recruits, future recruits or trainees. Now, sorry, one thing I want to do before I forget it is I want to turn down that music just a tad. And let's put it to about here, and let's do that. That's about right. The music is nice, but I don't want it to be louder than the advisors. Now, this is still building, so let's hit space and see what happens.
It always feels weird accomplishing something without having beaten it into submission.
Should have seen my books after I was done with them.
Now, these type of chats that you get from the advisors are pretty scripted. You will always have the same kind of chat when you play the game for the first time or start a new game, because it's the first time that event happens. So I hope in the options they're gonna give you a chance to eventually select, hey, turn this off, I'm playing this game for the 6th time, I don't need this anymore. Now, a new Sage Rights guild has been built. Remember, Sage Rights forsake combat for the pursuit of knowledge, and your hero's intuition will greatly influence the rate of research. So if we now go and hire
Sage Rights Guild. I was always jealous of those in my class who went on to join their ranks. They ended up designing the rotary trebuchet that's still used in keeps to this day, as well as the first oak and stone crossbow.
First time I went to one, I came in for an armor fitting, and by the end, both of my arms were on fire.
What a bunch of brilliant scamps.
These guys are just funny. So here we go, intuition. Okay, each person has a level of intuition. Okay, you can see it here. Now, obviously, the higher the intuition, the better the bonus is that you get to research. So, in the moment, like I said, it's the start of the game. I'm just gonna literally pick the guys with the highest intuition. I'm just gonna.
First of many, I hope. The thrills of battle are a
That's
hard
it.
thing to leave, but I always found the thrills of inquiry and invention to be worthy substitutes.
And they're quite old. I would
Just
assume
don't get
that
carried
somebody.
away with appointments. Sage Rights can never return to battle, and last I checked, we still need heroes to win this war.
Yeah. But we're just all at the start, like, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, well, I just want to make sure I have still alchemists left. Oh, hunter class, level hunter. Ooh, I nearly gave away my last alchemist. I have plenty of cyberjacks, so let's just... Yeah, that person's 42. Okay. Never mind that they're in active duty in the moment, like you, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. So total intuition is 6. Now, obviously, as you get more experience with other people, the intuition may or may not increase. I don't exactly know how intuition is raised or leveled up, but we'll see. So here we go. Now, the next thing you can do is you can either build nothing, research nothing, or whatever. So I want to build Crucible because Crucible allows the hero to promote to be standard. Within the Crucible, the hero promoted to be the standard will help boost the experience of the trainees. The trainees' regiments will be dispersed nationwide, and they will pass on some of the experience and personalities as well. So I'm gonna do that because I want my new trainees to get more experience. And I also unlock another bonus. All hunter dexterity. Actually, because we have a lot of caberjacks, actually, higher. I want my hunters actually because I'm gonna play with 2 hunters, so I'm gonna do that. Yes. So you can see you can build only 1 building here at a time per map or whatever you want to call it, per zone. And that's it. So now we're moving on in time, and you will probably notice that. Now, the next thing that will probably happen, okay, after this is finished, the Crucible is finished. And we're gonna go and put a person into the Crucible.
In sharpening your heroes, Crucibles are where the training regimens for the nation are set.
Anybody can become a standard, but the more experienced one is, the more that will be passed on to trainees.
And if the regimen is good, the trainees can even pick up skills from their standard to make up for their weaknesses.
It is a lonely post, however.
I don't know about that. Those training dummies are... It's the only job I'd ever be interested in.
Again, I'm gonna simply add that person there for now because...
And inspire others, all to the cries of struggle and incapacitating injuries.
Sounds relaxing.
Right?
So the standard provides these benefits. XP added to trainees 0.03 per day. But that's good. Okay, so if we look at our... We're gonna do some more research in a second. Now if we look at our keep, we already see the trainees we have, and you see the experience they're gaining. So as we move on now, they get an additional 0.03 experience. Now of course, as the guys explained, the higher your person is that is standing here, I don't know if you can fire them or not, but eventually they die of old age anyway, and you have to replace them, so it's not the end of the world. So now all we have left is, again, pick another research. Now what I'm gonna research next is probably, let's see, weapons, no, items. What is a Vitali band? Wellness rings, sold outside the capital, supposedly promote good health for the wearer. With some research we could modify them to increase the maximum health. With enough research we're confident we can create an elixir that will help your heroes recover quickly from wounds sustained on the battlefield. Actually, I'm gonna do that. So, yeah. Now, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Now, in the beginning you find yourself doing a lot of that research stuff and all that, but you will find now, and I'm gonna start that again, that you will get some action now, and the action will increase more and more and more.
As you have no doubt surmised by now, it takes time for the Cadence to create its pawns, so they're only able to attack every few years. Unfortunately, you cannot fight back multiple incursions at the same time. Our primary focus is charging up to destroy our enemy, and we can only allot enough of our energy to send out 1 group of heroes at a time.
Pawns don't last long outside of the Cadence either. So even if you win 1 battle, it'll be too late to fight the other.
Choose wisely, and...
Blow the horns!
She's very eager to get started. Now, you basically have to select one of them to fight. You can't fight both, as she explained. Now, I don't know exactly what is going to happen, but I know for a fact that when I pick one, the other one will, as she said, disappear, but one of those 3 icons will be highlighted. So which obviously means that after 3 attacks you lose that territory, probably. That's what I think will happen. Now you get informations on the territory attack here. The cadence type is seeds and lapses. You get 25% reduction of current research time if you win this battle, which is great, but our research is 2 years anyway. This one here, on the other hand, oh, you actually get a young level 1 male alchemist. That is cool, because we actually, oh, but they have raptures. Okay, lapses and seeds we already met. Raptures, they're a new type of enemy. What they do is they are, I forgot what they're chrysalids or whatever they were called in the XCOM series. They basically see you, they will not shoot you or nothing, they will charge at you and explode. And that's how they will try to kill you, by sacrificing themselves. They literally see you, run at you, charge, boom, explode right beside you, leave a pool of poison on the ground, so not only damage you, but also damage you each turn you stand in it. So they can really take out anybody quite quickly. So I actually will choose this, but not right now. At this point I will call it quits for now. This was an extended let's play just to get you into all the different types of things that you can do, and that you can see them for yourself and what they are all about. And I hope you actually got a fair idea now what this game is about and what it is like. Now the battles will obviously be every 10 years, but you will never find yourself doing a lot of that management or micromanagement or researching. It was only the first time you played, because in any consecutive times you don't have to build a new keep, you don't have to build a new guild, you don't have to get to know all this functionality. But I find this very relaxing, that in between turns or in between battles I can actually sit down, learn more about my recruits, my heroes, their statistics, their traits, can try to make a plan on which ones I like to focus more on leveling up, and so on and so on. So from this perspective, this game offers the best of both worlds in my personal opinion. It offers combat and tactical combat, but at the same time also, for the person who likes to be the strategist behind the scenes a little more, allows you to micromanage some of the aspects of the recruits and the heroes that allow you to get a different type of experience in the game than someone else playing it. So not every time you play it will be the same experience, which is great. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. It helps me to grow my channel. It will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, please tell me why. There's always room for improvement, absolutely. If the game was simply bad and you didn't like it because of that, then there's nothing I can do about it. Leave comments, let me know what you think. And until then, this is Games for Kicks. Happy gaming.